So I'm having to defer my marathon due to injury. The marathon that I was training for was the Mount Charleston Marathon in Vegas, where I was hoping to BQ. And I essentially have been training for this marathon ever since I ran a 3:02 at Chicago. Shortly after the Chicago Marathon, I went out and tried to really work on like some speed work stuff. So I tried to PR my 1 mile. I should have also tried to train to PR my 5K because I feel like that was the best kind of shape I was in my life. Once I began the 16-week program for this training block, I want to say week 10, I started running into injuries, which I never experienced when I was running my Chicago build. During my Chicago training, I didn't have any significant like setbacks or anything like that. So this is kind of strange for me to navigate. It was either week 8 or week 10, somewhere in there, I started to get some like hip pain, and it would kind of ping pong its way. It would go my left hip to my right hip, and then my right hip to back to my left hip. And it kind of worked its way out. And then one day I went for a run and I had like a knife feeling like stabbing into my back, and I couldn't lift my leg up past, I want to say hip. I don't know if it's hip flexion or whatever, but like I couldn't bring my knee up to like hip height. Like I physically couldn't do that. So that set me back. And now I have like this ankle lateral pain. It's anterior lateral. It's all around my ankle. It feels like my fibula hurts. I don't know what's going on entirely. And all these injuries together have caused me to basically lose like 5 weeks of training. And it's one thing to lose 5 weeks of training, but it needs to not be at the most like pivotal, like 5 weeks of marathon blocking. I would say like the marathon most pivotal weeks are probably week 7 through, if you're doing a 16-week plan, like week 7 to week 13 are probably your most pivotal, like really building into it. Because the 2-week taper or like a 14-day taper or whatever, I made the decision, I haven't ran since I had this ankle pain in a week and a day. So when I experienced the hip pain, I actually got my back under control. I ran a half marathon. I thought I was in decent shape. And then after the half marathon, I went out and I tried to do 2 different long runs. I think I did a 16 and a 19. And the 16 mile long run, I completely failed it. And it ended up being more just like a long time on feet kind of workout. And I was gonna post it and I didn't think it brought any value, so I didn't even post that one.
So I'm completely failing this workout. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm getting sick, but I can't get a 6:30 pace without getting ridiculously out of breath. So not ideal.
And then the next week is the week that I got hurt. I ran, I want to say it was 8 miles easy, then 6 by 1 mile or something like that. And I was supposed to progress every time. And I got to like mile 5 and I couldn't progress anymore. I think it was like 6:42, 6:38, 6:36, 6:25, and then I couldn't go faster. Around mile 15, like my ankle started hurting and I didn't really think anything of it. I thought I could take a couple days, but then like the pain just never went away, and it still has not gone away. Like even walking, I feel it. I'm not limping, but it's not getting better, which is not good. So I got a PT appointment tomorrow. But when I go back and I look at the same workouts that I did during the Chicago Marathon build, like this far into training, I should be comfortably hitting these paces, and I was during Chicago, and I'm just not during this training cycle, which is very frustrating because I put in all that work doing the mile. And like I said, when I ran that mile, I thought I was in the best shape of my life. So I don't think it should be like struggling to hit like a 6:10 mile. I don't know. It's kind of frustrating. So I don't know if it's overtraining or my body just simply can't run more than 55 miles a week. And everybody claims that you should be weightlifting, and I weightlift 4 times a week. Like I'm pretty in the gym pretty religiously. I've actually started lifting a little bit more, and it's just kind of frustrating, and I'm a little impatient because I wanted to BQ this year. Maybe it'll be next year, and I'm impatient because everybody claims like you have to weightlift, you have to run X amount of miles, like you can't BQ if you don't run 50 miles a week, or everybody has these like standards that you have to hit, and if you don't hit them, then like you will automatically fail. It's like a stigma to it, and I'm gonna try myself to to break that and show that you don't have to be that way. I recently saw there was a guy on TikTok where he was only running like 3 runs a week and he just BQ'd. Well, I don't think he BQ'd, but he ran a sub 3. So like you get the gist of it. You can do everything right. You could do your marathon plan. You could weight lift, and then somehow, some way, the marathon is just going to humble you, and that's what it did with me. So moving forward, I kind of already touched into it. I want to get back into that 5K, 10K PR shape. And the reason being is I can really hone in on like a lot of speed work while like not running a lot of miles. Because I feel like I don't have a problem running hard. I just have a problem running long in a way where after my long run, my body is beat down. So I'm gonna try to really run maybe 30 miles a week and focus more on some track, threshold, fartlek kind of speed work runs, and with the goal being 5K, 10K, 1 mile PR shape. And then once I hit these numbers that I have in my mind, like I want to run a sub 5 minute mile, I would love to run a 17-minute 5K, not 17, like 17:59. So break a sub 18 5K, and then I would love to run a sub 37-minute 10K. So after I do that, I would think that I would want to find maybe 10 to 11 weeks, or maybe even 9 to 11 weeks for a marathon in the future. And the reason being is if I can make that marathon pace feel slow, and I already have a lot of endurance kind of built in, and this may be the entirety, like what you're not supposed to do, and I get it, but I don't know, like you can go out and run a hard 5K every single weekend, but running the marathon, you get one shot, basically. You got to show up that one day, and you have to be in the best shape of your life that one day. In my head, it's hard for me to grasp that I could be in the best shape of my life after running 19 long runs every single week. Would I want to like kind of, week 1, 8 miles, week 2, 12 miles, week 3, whatever, and then build up to 16 or 17 maybe, and then give it all out on that one day because that's what it's supposed to be? I don't know. There's a norm and people are gonna be upset about it, but the only reason why everybody talks about zone 2 and all these other training that you have to do is because society has kind of put marathon training in a circle, and I get it. So you have to think outside the box. You have to like adapt to me. I obviously am understanding that I will never be the runner to run 90 miles a week. I don't think that my body can take it right now. Maybe one day, but like right now, it just blows my, I don't know how that's possible for me. So even when I'm trying to PR these like set numbers and these set race distances, I'm still gonna lift weights. I'm still gonna be lifting back, arms, chest, whatever, legs, doing PT exercises, going to rehab if I need it. That's the goal. I don't know when I'll run again because my ankle still hurts, but I guess the only like light shiningness, whatever, is because I defer this race, this Revel race is in a bundle of other Revel races. You can actually defer for like 7 different marathons, which is neat. So I think it's like the Portland Marathon, the Phoenix Marathon, which is brand new, the Mesa Marathon, and then all the other Revel races that they have, which are like Cottonwood, Big Bear. I have until the 30th to decide if I want to do any of those or I just lose all the money. I think it's like a $30 fee to defer it. So I could defer it and then get an entry to another race, or just lose the $180 or whatever that I paid for the marathon. So I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do. When I'm able to start running again, hopefully will be in the future, I will be creating a new series called Pack on the Track, which is my last name, Brandon Pack. I don't know, one of my friends made it, so it kind of sounded good. If you're interested into seeing kind of workouts that are gonna take you to a quicker 5K, mile, 10K, 2 mile, whatever, that's the only thing that I'm gonna be doing over the summer. So running probably 2 track workouts a week instead of like, typically I would run 1 track workout and 1 long run. I'm gonna substitute the long run for a track workout. And probably the longest run that I would do is once I get to that 10K mark, maybe 8 miles. That would be like my long run. So there are gonna be a lot of quick, short tempo, 30 second on, 20 seconds off kind of workouts, and a lot of 400s, 800s, 200s, whatever. Everything track-based that science has already had that proves that you're gonna get quicker is what I'm gonna be doing. If that's what you're into and that's what you want to learn about, that's gonna be the next series that's gonna pop up on this channel. Marathon training is gonna kind of take a back seat for the next couple months, and I really wanna get my 5K, 10K, lower mileage to hopefully protect my body, get stronger in the gym, just see if I can break that sub 18. I really want the sub 18 first, and then I would worry about the 5-minute mile. I think I have a race that's downhill that I'm pretty confident I could probably break 5 minutes, but it's not like a super downhill. It's like 1 mile, obviously, but you get the picture. But if this is what you're interested in, I will be documenting it this entirety of the next couple coming weeks over the summer. And if you would, subscribe, like it, share it to your friends. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, giving your time. And that's all I have. Have a good one.